the psychology of people who imagine fake scenarios. Ladies and gentlemen, today we are going to explore something deeply personal, something many people experience but rarely talk about openly. The psychology of people who imagine fake scenarios. Have you ever found yourself lost in your thoughts, creating conversations that never happened? Imagining future situations in perfect detail? Replaying arguments in your mind where you finally say everything you couldn't say before? If yes, then this speech is for you. Because this habit, this tendency to imagine fake scenarios, is not strange. It is not rare. In fact, it is deeply human. 1. What does it mean to imagine fake scenarios? Imagining fake scenarios means creating situations in your mind that are not real. These could be future conversations, romantic fantasies, arguments and confrontations, success stories, fear-based situations, what-if outcomes. Sometimes these scenarios feel so real that your emotions respond as if they are actually happening. Your heart beats faster. You feel anxious, excited, or even sad. But the truth is, nothing is happening in reality. Everything is happening inside your mind. 2. The brain is not the enemy. First, let's understand one important thing. Your brain is not working against you. It is trying to protect you. The human brain is designed to predict, imagine, and prepare. It constantly asks, what if something goes wrong? What if something amazing happens? What should I say next time? This is called mental simulation. Your mind creates scenarios to prepare you for real life. It's like a rehearsal stage inside your head. So when you imagine situations, your brain is simply trying to help you feel ready. 3. Overthinking and fake scenarios. However, there is a thin line between imagination and overthinking. People who imagine fake scenarios often replay past conversations, overanalyze small details, create negative outcomes, worry about things that haven't happened. This is where imagination turns into overthinking. Your brain stops helping and starts exhausting you. Instead of preparing you, it traps you in endless loops of thoughts. 4. Emotional reasons behind it. There are deep emotional reasons why people create fake scenarios. A. Unexpressed feelings. Sometimes, people imagine conversations because they never got to express their real feelings. Maybe they stayed silent. Maybe they were afraid. So later, their mind creates a perfect version of that moment. B. Desire for control. Real life is unpredictable, but in your imagination, you control everything. You control what people say. You control how things end. You control the outcome. This gives a temporary sense of comfort. C. Loneliness. When someone feels lonely, their mind creates companionship. They imagine talking to someone, being understood, being appreciated. It becomes an emotional escape. D. Fear and anxiety. An anxious mind always expects the worst, so it creates negative scenarios like, what if I fail? What if they reject me? What if something goes wrong? This is the brain trying to protect you from future pain, but it ends up creating stress. 5. The link to creativity. Now here's something interesting. People who imagine fake scenarios are often highly creative. They think deeply, visualize vividly, create stories in their minds, feel emotions strongly. This is the same ability that makes writers, artists, filmmakers, innovators. So this habit is not always negative. In fact, it can be a gift. 6. When it becomes harmful. But like every powerful thing, imagination can become harmful if not controlled. It becomes unhealthy when you spend more time in your mind than in reality. You feel emotionally drained. You avoid real-life situations. You believe your imagined fears are real. You lose focus on the present moment. At this stage, fake scenarios are no longer helping you. They are controlling you. 7. The emotional impact. Living in fake scenarios can affect your emotions deeply. You may experience anxiety, stress, overwhelm, mood swings, low confidence. Why? Because your brain cannot always differentiate between real and imagined experiences. If you imagine something negative again and again, your body reacts as if it's actually happening. 8. The illusion of perfect moments. Sometimes, people imagine perfect situations, perfect conversations, perfect love stories, perfect success. But real life is not perfect. So when reality doesn't match imagination, it leads to disappointment. This creates a gap between expectations and reality, and that gap can hurt. 9. Why it feels so addictive. Imagining fake scenarios can become addictive. Why? Because it gives emotional satisfaction, a sense of control, temporary happiness. Your brain releases feel-good chemicals when you imagine positive outcomes. So you keep going back to that imaginary world, again and again. 10. The power of awareness. The first step to managing this habit is awareness. You don't need to stop imagining completely. You just need to notice when it's happening. Ask yourself, is this helping me? Is this real or imagined? Am I avoiding something? Awareness brings control. 11. Bringing yourself back to reality. When your mind drifts too far, gently bring yourself back. You can. Focus on your breathing. Look around your environment. Engage in real activities. Talk to real people. Reality may not be perfect, but it is real. And real life is where growth happens. 12. Turning imagination into strength. Instead of fighting your imagination, use it positively. Visualize your goals. Plan your future. Practice confidence. Imagine success in a healthy way. Make your imagination work for you, not against you. 13. Final message. At the end of the day, imagining fake scenarios does not make you weak. It means you think deeply, you feel deeply, you imagine deeply. But remember this, your mind is powerful, but it should not control your life. You are the one in charge. So dream, imagine, create. But don't forget to live in the present moment, because the real story of your life is not happening in your head. It's happening right now. Like, subscribe, press the bell icon. Thank you.